Hey y'all, Josh here today, aka the world's greatest dad, and I got a lot of weeds to spray. Lucky for me, I've got myself a Chapin 97024 8-gallon 24-volt battery-powered ATV tank sprayer. Today we're going to break this bad boy down, tell you everything you need to know about it, and see if it might be the right piece of equipment for you as well. So with that being said, let's get it. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning, shall we? When you pick this thing up, it's going to come to you in a box just like this. So let's go ahead and get this thing opened up and see what we're working with. And here's everything you're going to get when you unbox this thing. And as you can see, everything is already pretty much pre-assembled. Just a couple things we got to do. A couple clamps right here for our wand holder that will go there. Also a drain cap that will go down there. And other than that, you'll see there's two ways you can power this thing. They give you some alligator clamps so you can hook it to your four-wheeler or side-by-side battery. And then of course you get this nice Chapin 24-volt rechargeable battery as well. There's going to be our hose and our wand, and of course our instruction book. And before I do any assembly or operation of the unit, I always like to take a nice close look at the instruction book. I gotta say, assembly is pretty straightforward, but this has a ton of great information about the warranty, about storage, about the battery, about the pump, and the overall sprayer itself. So let's go ahead and get started with our assembly. And the first thing we're going to do is attach our 20-inch poly wand right here to our handle. Now you'll notice that the nozzle actually comes attached to the handle, so you simply got to unscrew that right there, and we'll go ahead and take our wand and we'll screw that where they had the nozzle at. All right, then as we move up here, we can simply take our adjustable nozzle and screw that to the top of the wand. Step one done. Now the next thing we're going to do is attach our wand clamps right here to the front of the unit. They give us a couple of these Allen wrench head bolts, and all we're simply going to do is pop these in here. Use our handy Allen wrench, which you will need to provide. They don't give you one of those. Clamp those on. Do that to the other side, and we got a place for our wand. And the last thing we need to install is this nice drain plug cap right here, and you will notice it has that nice little gasket in there right over this, so we should have no leaks, no squeaks, just how we like it. So next up, let's go ahead and get our 24-volt lithium-ion battery charging so we can use this thing here in a couple hours. Now, first thing I want to point out about this battery is this nice little test feature right there. You simply push that button, it tells you how full the battery is. As you can see, we are very low right now. Now to get this thing charging, we got it plugged into the wall. Gives us about a nice 6-foot cord right here. We're just simply going to take this part of the battery right there, plug that in, and let it go. Now this thing takes about 4 hours to fully charge. And what do you know, thanks to the power of the internet, it's been 4 hours and we've got ourselves a full battery. Now this thing should get you up to 2 hours of continuous runtime off one charge, and we got a lot of weeds to spray today, so we'll see how well it holds up. So we are just about ready to get to work, and today we're going to be shooting a bunch of overgrown weeds and a lot that we own. And to do that, we're going to use some Roundup. Now this is an 8-gallon tank. It takes 3 ounces per gallon of water, so we're going to be using about 24 ounces of Roundup today with our 8 gallons of water. Now before we get to that, I want to point out a couple of the filtration systems that Chapin has in order to keep goobers out of your tank. Now we'll start right here with this cap filter, and as you can see, this is going to be your first line of defense on keeping any larger debris out of your tank. And besides your cap filter, you also have this nice in-tank filter. It's going to help us keep everything nice and clean so we don't get any clogs in our line or our wand. So let's go ahead to get to filling our tank. I'm going to go ahead and put 4 gallons of water in this, then throw in my Roundup, and then cap it off with the rest of my water. And one thing that's nice about this tank is it does have this nice measuring over here, so it shows you gallon by gallon how you fill up. We're just about at 4 gallons right now, and there you'll see is the 8-gallon right there at the top. Now as we screw on our cap right now, I want to point out this nice gasket right here that's going to make sure that we have plenty of pressure and we don't have any leaks here at the top. Now we are all loaded up, ready to take off down the road so we can get to spraying, and today we're going to be transporting this in our mule. But as you can see, this goes great on the back of a four-wheeler as well. Now basically it's got these nice strap places right here where you can put down some tie downs or some bungees, and that way it's easy to strap down to your mule, your side-by-side, or your four-wheeler. right, so we've arrived down here where we're going to be spraying today, and as you can see, we got a lot of overgrown weeds that need to be taken care of. So let's go ahead and get this thing primed and get to spraying. Now for this first batch of weeds, we're going to go ahead and go battery powered, baby. But before we slide in this battery, we got to go ahead and connect our power source to our pump. We do that by simply making that connection right here. Then we're going to slide our battery into the top, and we'll turn it on here on the side to prime it up. And there we go. Now the hose on this thing is black PVC reinforced hose, very heavy duty and strong. Plus it's going to be 15 feet long, so it gives you lots of clearance and room to maneuver around your four-wheeler. Now our nozzle here is fully adjustable, and if you want to have like a finer, longer spray, you go ahead, turn it to the right, which is going to loosen it. That's going to give you kind of maximum distance right there. And if you want a real fine mist that spreads out quite a bit more, go ahead and tighten it there. And now you're going to get a wider spray coverage area that doesn't fly quite as far. Now this handle has this nice lock feature as well, so you can simply pull the trigger, push that thumb lock, keeps it on, pull the thumb lock back, and you're off. Now the pump on this thing is a nice low maintenance diaphragm pump, which is great because it's never going to need any seals or gaskets, and it should last you quite a while. We've ran through about 4.5 gallons of our Roundup solution. Let's go ahead and take a little look at our battery charge right here. As you can see, still shows full. Now besides battery, we can also run this thing with these alligator clips that they hooked us up right here. So we're going to go ahead and attach these to the battery of the mule and run it for a little while on that. Now the cord of these alligator clamps is just about 12 feet long, so it gives you plenty of room to connect to any battery. Let's get our positive to positive, negative to negative. And then you have your little on-off switch right here. So we're on off right now. Turn that thing on. We're primed and ready to go. Now today we're out here spraying weed control with Roundup. But this thing can also be used with pest control, fertilizers, and also cleaning solutions. Now, a couple other things you should know. Number one, Chapin's a USA-based company, baby. So when you call them up, you're gonna get USA-based customer service. On top of that, this thing was made right here in the USA with global materials. Now, Chapin's also gonna take care if you have any issues with their 1-year limited warranty. Now we just finished up with our Roundup project for today, and after using this thing for the whole afternoon and going through just about a full tank, here's my 3 takeaways. Number one, I love the fact that this thing can be powered a couple different ways, either with this Chapin 24-volt lithium-ion battery or using the super long alligator clamps. Number two, even though this isn't Chapin's top-of-the-line nozzle, wand, and hose system, it still works pretty dang good, and I also like the fact that it is fairly flexible, and I really didn't have any issues with the nozzle. Now the third takeaway is that I love the fact that Chapin's a USA-based company, and if I have any issues, this thing's covered with a 1-year limited warranty, and if I call someone, I'm gonna get somebody right here in the USA. So there you go, kids. That's pretty much everything you need to know about the Chapin 97024 8-gallon 24-volt battery-powered ATV tank sprayer. Now I'm gonna go get this thing cleaned up and stored in my shop. You go out there and get you one. Hey, one more thing before you go. I want to let you know that the Chapin Company is a big fan of the world's greatest dads in-depth and informational videos. Therefore, a few months ago, they reached out to me and asked me if they could send me this unit for informational video purposes. Now, with that being said, all the thoughts and opinions expressed in this video were my own, and I always do my best to accurately describe any product I review. Now, I hope this video helped you out. and we'll see you next time.